Hey guys, what's up? And this video is gonna be a little bit political. Actually, it's just gonna be about my personal political opinions. And as you can see, BJP is winning, but it's not really any close to 400. I mean, NDA itself collectively is it's now 64 less than before. I guess it was in 2019, it was 364. Now it's around 300 as a whole for NDA, but for BJP itself, it has decreased to 236 right now, as we can see, and so BJP on itself cannot get 272 seats, which is necessary for making government on itself. So they are now little bit dependent on other smaller parties which they are in alliance with. As you can see, INC also has made great upliftments in their um, with their efforts, and they are also on 101 seats right now. But I don't think INC will win over 100 seats. And let's actually talk about why I did not voted INC and India Alliance as a whole. Because first of all, there are eight major parties in India Alliance, which is so fucked up. I don't think I would want such an unstable government in my country. On the other side, BJP also has lots of minor parties with them, but BJP is solely on its own. I think BJP has been a much more stable government for past 10 years, and I think it it should be for the next upcoming years or decades. So let's talk about why I think INC is. I mean, INC, according to me, if I just go by my heart, I think it's the worst party to exist in India from the day it was made to, you know, to the current period. I think there are great parties in India Alliance. I think that would be Aam Aadmi Party. That's it, I guess. I don't think any other party will be that much, will be competing against BJP in terms of development itself and the real talk, what happens. So first of all, it's on their side itself, this their official site of INC, Indian National Congress. As you can see, there are these key issues. They have said that there are these key issues among the ruling party of BJP and NDA. So this is what they said, and I will counter each and every point and give you a little bit of proof I have opened here. So let's talk about the farmers of India, right? So I guess let's start with GST, I guess. So let's start with GST. So they said it is a perfect smokescreen to legalize theft from government. Actually, they said a theft from government, right? It's just they, according to them, it means the GST is just they used it as a method to stealing, right? To stealing from people. So actually, as you can see, is GST good for India? Actually, it has reduced the overall logistic price. So I mean, GST is nothing else, just collective taxes that which was before, the taxes which was before implemented by the previous governments in a way that it was fragmented into pieces. Now it is much more collective, it is much more united, and we can get to know about what we are paying for much better than the previous government has implemented. So if I also say that if it is according to Deccan Herald, okay, if the GST is a success or failure, as you can, a big success, because it has because the key points which needed to be dealt with this GST law. So as you can see, it has subsumed multiple taxes and cesses. So they have merged, as I already told you, it merged lots of taxes into one, and it also, so it reduced cascading impact, and it gave country a common economic market, and also boosted economy of India by 10 to 20%. Okay, so So this we have counted one point of INC. Another point is farmers of India. So according to me, these rules had flaws in it, and it should have been counted. But if I just focus on one thing of MSP, because the TMC, I mean INC said that they will, they said they will give MSP to every crop and every farmer, which is basically impossible to do. Okay, if I tell you it's beneficial, if it's if effect on Indian economy itself, they said they use the sentimental of farmers that we have to provide for Andata itself. But actually, if I say if it is possible in India, I think the farmers of Haryana and Punjab who sell in bulk will be the only one who will be benefiting from it. And I think the small farmers, and it first of all, it's impossible to spend 10 lakh crore only to buy crop from farmer. Okay, I mean there are MSPs which, but it is set by government itself to which crop is necessary according to India's needs. And I now Congress think that they can give MSP to everything. So who is going to pay for it, right? Who is going to pay for it? Where will you sell it? There is just no way possible to implement this 100% MSP law. It is just a failure from the start. Okay, it is just the failure from the start. And as I will tell you that only the big farmers from Haryana, Punjab, Haryana, my state, will be able to. So that means only 8 to 10% farmers will be able to benefit from MSP. And itself, the MSP, minimum support price, as I told you, it is just failure from the start for Indian economy. And let's talk about another one, which was foreign policy. I mean, I laugh so hard at this. I could give you so many things myself, but even the worst critics I could, against Modi, even the BBC will say that India's what did they said, it is a high time for Modi government learn that muscular tactics. Muscular tactics means a strong opinions and strong stance on our country. So obviously they've too mature and diplomacy according to Congress. Mature diplomacy is if somebody attacks on 26/11 to us, go there in Pakistan and handshake with them, so please don't do it again. This is what the policy, foreign policy for Congress means. I mean, how can somebody be so dumb like this? I just reading these statements, I think INC means fucking anti-national. It shouldn't be INC, it should be ANC, anti-national Congress. I mean, how can somebody be so dumb? How can somebody be so dumb? India's political stance, like on surgical strike and on on the Uri and everything, Pulwama attack. After that, whatever they did, India's stance on that was strong. They didn't back out. They weren't aggressive with it, but they know what they were doing. And all over the world, global leaders actually uh, actually really appreciated it. So I mean, they praised Modi for having that strong stance for their country's interests. But I mean, I think INC in the has the worst foreign policy you can imagine. I mean, a 3-year-old kid can have better the foreign policy than INC. I mean, fuck them. What do they think that foreign policy is, man? How can they be a major party in India? How is this even possible, man? How this even possible? Let's just. I mean, the recent Chabar port deal. India's strong stance also fumbled USA in putting restrictions and sanctions on India. They couldn't do it because India is strong for their on their position. Let's just fuck this thing. I think INC is not built for foreign policy. Let's talk about job destruction. So they said there is an ever shrinking employment opportunities has made joblessness an epidemic. I think they are right for this. because there are 50% unemployment in Haryana itself, but there are lots of other issues, not just this. And what they said they will do for countering it is 1 lakh rupees for uh, every educated person, every educated youth. You can do you can give money to every educated youth. You can give MSP, you can give 1 lakh rupees to every woman, from which according to uh, uh, my calculations it was around 25% of Indian GDP. Where are you getting all this money from, man? Where are you getting all this money from? Your Swiss bank Swiss bank funds, the illegal funds you had. This is such a bullshit. I mean, and this 50% SC, OBC. I belong to an OBC caste, but this is so dumb. Even the Ambedkar himself didn't. He said that there should be a cap on 50% for reservation. If you think, then there should be, I guess, only SC, and OBC should be the one paying the taxes. If they are the only ones getting jobs, you can reservation to 100% or whatever you, you think. I mean, Rahul Gandhi has no basic idea of Indian society. I think for the 2 decades he didn't learn anything about India, and this is what happens when you are born and raised outside. An NRI can never understand Indian people and Indian society and Indian culture especially. So I think yeah, we countered this one thing again. So yeah, I mean the India itself had, if I may say so, that the job market is definitely slow in India, but it is actually global recession is going on, and I don't think global recession is an excuse for me being a Modi supporter to support India on this. But I think there are lots of uh, because if I tell you on the both manifestos of Congress and BJP is promoting much more infrastructure development and much more private institution being set up for much more jobs. This is what they said, and according to INC, they will provide government jobs to every educated youth, which is fucking impossible. Where are these jobs? What are you going to give them to? What, man? Like polish the shoes of your political leaders, just clean the windows, or what are you going to give them job for? According to them, I just think this is so politically, and everything is so dumb about it. So if so, they said it is the largest government abetted money laundering scheme in history, demonetization. This is what Congress said, and according to me, demonetization was definitely a bone breaker for poor people. They had, but I think the main objectives of demonetization was uh, the main objectives was that they 99% of the money has been deposited to the bank according to FinProv. So the GDP rate has was always going down before the demonetization, and the currency in circulation to GDP ratio was 12%, but it dropped down to 8%. So the money was deposited in banks, so there was much more legal funds. And black money, definitely there is still lots of black money issues in India, but I think the main issues of terrorist and drug activities nowadays, these two things have definitely been countered, and I mean, from the starting in NDA government has always been against terrorist activities, while I think the before our previous government really just praised terrorist more and more. I mean, you can see him, Manmohan Singh, shaking hand with that Kashmiri terrorist. It is so dumb that INC and India alliance, they collectively trying to destroy India. Like this, their soul. I mean, their manifesto itself is so dumb that I don't think I will be able to vote INC, even though I hate Modi on certain things. I think INC is just way worse. I would actually make a 3-year-old kid my PM, but not Rahul Gandhi. And I guess that's it for this video. Let's see the score. So it's 237. It's increased for BJP. Congrats, man. I mean, BJP is def gonna win, NDA is def gonna win, but INC gave tough struggle with their propaganda and misinformation. They gave a tough fight.